Welcome back once again to your number one source for information, education, and inspiration on the most underrated career opportunity in industry and business. Today, you should get a license. My name is Rod Powell, joining you, always talking to the best and brightest in the business. And today, really excited because we're going to go to a whole other planet of insurance, and we're talking about the state of New York. And we have one of the leaders of the industry in that state. Um, this is a gentleman who's been in the industry well over 30 years. I know you can't tell if you see the video by looking at him that it's been 30 years, but in the business over 3 decades. He was born into the industry. You know, it's in his blood. Certainly a leader in the space, a leader in his community. I want to welcome someone who is committed to the craft and committed to the people and committed to the business. President and CEO of Silver Lining Insurance Agency, Mr. Michael Silverman. Michael, pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to it very much.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, just before we dive in, and the interesting thing about your story is you have kind of come into the business, and we're gonna talk about that. But you've not only been involved in this industry and pursuing the designations, doing all those things, but you've also really been heavily involved in your community, kind of even going into politics, becoming a mayor, which I think is very cool also. So I want to talk about all of those stories, like your entire journey. But first, for the individuals who listen to this platform, whether it's other professionals who are in the space or people who might be, either brand new or considering joining this industry, can you give us a little bit about what Silver Lining does, kind of what your company, what your firm do, what you specialize in on a day-to-day basis?
I would love to. Thank you. The bottom line is, what do we do for a living? We sell protection. That's it. We sell insurance. I try not to make it as complicated as the industry likes to make it.
Yeah.
I teach the people, I sell insurance for a living. I truly believe viscerally that I'm doing God's work.
Absolutely.
And the reason I have these conversations with people, when do people really, and I don't use this word often, need me? When there's a problem. When there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I would say anybody can sell insurance. You need to be the one who's there when there's a problem.
That's it.
So that's what we do. We sell personal insurance. We sell commercial insurance. We sell life and health insurance. We do long-term care. We do medical benefits. But we sell and we provide peace of mind and protection. Our tagline is, we protect what you value most. That's it.
Simple. Yes. Absolutely. I mean, that's what makes sense. So you are looking at a family's entire life. Your life cycle risk management.
Absolutely. I want to be the guy.
The guy. Whatever you need.
I want to be the phone call to assist. I may not be the guy who does it.
Yeah.
But I bring in we're buying a new house. Great. We're going to handle the insurance. Let me get you the mortgage guy. Let me get you the real estate attorney. Because then we're all working for one common good, the client.
That's it.
If we're all working as your advisors in conjunction with each other, it is the seamless and simple and wonderful process to go through. If we're arguing, if there are people who don't understand why I am providing this type of product, this type of protection, versus the attorney, you don't. No. That doesn't work. Because then we're not in for one reason. And we're really only there for one reason, the client.
Yeah. You're making it easy for them. You're synergizing the whole process, bringing all the parts together to make it make sense. I want to talk about.
We look at it as holistic planning.
Holistic planning, absolutely. I want to talk about that a little later in the conversation, and even how important it is to actually establish those kinds of partnerships to be a part of your team. Before we go there, though, I do want to take a step back, because you kind of jump right into the industry, and I know that you were seeing it grow up. And I don't want to kind of steal the thunder of how the story is gonna unfold throughout the course of this interview. But I do want to go back to 9-year-old, 10-year-old, Michael Silverman. You were seeing this business, but is it what you were dreaming about doing when you were growing up?
I was always dreaming about being a salesperson. I
Mm.
love selling. So, what was my first sales experience? I was a little boy. We had a gasoline crisis in the United States. I'll date myself by saying this was in the early 70s.
I was gonna say that was like the 70s, right?
All right, now you're just getting mean. I will tell you, I'm looking at myself in the video and I'm seeing these lines here. I was like, oh,
You look great, man. Hey, look, you look great. I'm just letting you know.
Thank you.
I saw 30 years. I'm like, man, you look so young.
So what happened was, I said, there were long lines for gasoline. People waited online for hours to get to the gas pumps.
Mm.
I borrowed a $20 bill from my mother, and I went to the local donut shop. Now, this is before Dunkin' Donuts and this one and that one. I went to the local donut shop, purchased as many donuts as the $20 bill would buy me, and I started walking up and down the gas lines selling donuts.
Wow.
Now, I would have made a lot of money, but at that age, I ate myself out of profits.
Right.
And it was early in the morning. My mother would not let me sell coffee because she figured I'd burn myself or hurt myself. So all I was allowed to do was the donuts. But what I saw there, what I learned from that was the joy that someone got from me being around and having something. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Just being able to have them appreciate what I do. And you know what? You know what 2 words they used most often when I walked up in the line? Thank you.
Thank you. Mm. Yeah.
And in those days, I was selling the donuts for $2.
Mm.
Supply and demand. I had
Supply
the
and demand.
supply,
Yeah.
and they were sitting in line, so there was a demand.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, listen, that captive audience, they're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
Right.
So
And
for me, that's where sales began. Sure. Then I went into I was a snow removal expert. That means I ran around my neighborhood shoveling snow.
shoveling snow. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Let me ask you this question. So you're a little kid. What are you, 10, 11 years old doing it? 9 years old?
Yeah,
Doing
about.
this? What even gave you that idea to say, hey, let me take this $20 and go get these donuts for these folks? Did someone tell you that, or you just thought of it?
No, I just, my dad was a salesman. My grandfather was a salesman. And it doesn't matter what you sell.
Yeah.
Sell it with conviction.
Mm.
Believe in it. Now, who doesn't believe in donuts?
Look, they make people happy.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? It's funny that you mentioned the donuts, because let me tell you about, and this is not about me, this is about you, but I want to share this story with you and the listeners here, because I never have on the platform, but you made me think about it. I remember when I was first starting in worksite benefits, which is where I started my career.
Okay.
And we would take donuts we would work in schools a lot of times. We would take donuts to the schools for breakfast, for the teachers, the staff, etc. And I remember the first time I did that at a school district here in Virginia, where I'm from, and people were taking those donuts, and it was almost like they were dancing around eating the donuts. I was looking around, I'm like, wow, these donuts are really making people happy. So I just to speak to the power of donuts, but more so just to making people feel good.
Right.
That moment,
Right.
and you being there for them to say, hey, here's something. Look, I know this is inconvenient. I know that, hey, you want to get through line, but here's something that's going to make your day a little bit better. It's going to put a smile on you.
And again, they said thank you. And in today's world, when I handle an issue for a client, for a prospect, it could be as mundane as them needing an ID card for a car.
Absolutely.
Or as serious as us writing life insurance insurance or disability income protection, anything there, thank you.
Wow. Yeah.
I believe when we're doing this work, as I said earlier, that I'm doing God's work, but we're changing these people's lives. Because if a bad situation happens, we're there to protect.
That's right.
We protect what they value most, whether it's their home, their car, how about their income, their life, their loved one. It doesn't get better than what we do for a living.
It's all there. It's the cornerstone of socioeconomics, you know, society.
Absolutely agree.
You know, it, taking that experience, so having that sales foundation, being able to see that, and starting to find your way into the industry, because I know this is the only industry, like this is the industry that you came out of college, went straight in, full force. And I do want to talk about how you have been able to find yourself, or to find the versatility amongst the various market lines, because PNC and life and health, very different, lots of headaches, and trying to figure out the two. So coming out of that experience, talk to me a little bit about your career journey. Like, so what did you major? So what was your major in college? What did you major
Major was finance,
in? Finance.
economics and finance.
So the plan was for you to go into the business already. Wasn't. Okay, tell me the story. So tell me, let's talk about the legacy. Let's talk about the legacy of Silver Lining, like your grandfather, father, and then ultimately how you got brought into the mix.
I was going to Wall Street. I was going to make gazillions of dollars on Wall Street. This was going to be the greatest thing in the world. Then the recession of the late 80s, early 90s came.
Okay.
And I remember that. So I was a senior in college. It was the Thursday before Thanksgiving. So now, folks, I don't know when you're going to be hearing this podcast, but we're recording this right around Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So
it'll be after Thanksgiving. It'll be next year, but yes, we're recording around Thanksgiving right now. Yes.
So it was the Thursday before Thanksgiving. I called my dad from school. I said, I'm ready. And the direct quote from him was, that's great. Let me get you an interview.
Let me get you an interview. Say that one more time, because
my reaction was,
I lost your audio for a quick second, so I want to make sure I get that question.
Okay. So it was the Thursday before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I called my dad. And I said, I'm ready. He goes, that's terrific. For what?
For what? Yes, that's where we
to come into the business. He goes, that's terrific. Let me get you an interview.
Wow.
Oh, what? He said, you're not starting with me, buddy. You're going to learn from others. Now,
I like that.
At that ripe age, I didn't really tell him to get that. I was like, what are you talking about? But fast forward almost 40 years, it was the greatest thing he ever did for me. I actually started with a life insurance company. I went to work as a sales rep of a life insurance carrier. They taught me how to prospect. They taught me how to sell. The most important thing they taught me, how to accept rejection.
Character building days.
Now, I still don't accept rejection, but I understand it because I'm not everyone's cup of tea. That's okay. And I only want to work with people who want to work with me.
Absolutely.
First of all, who do you want to help more than anybody else? Family and friends. And if you're so what happens very simply is we have conversations with people about, as I said earlier, what's important to them.
That's right.
I just want to make sure because you froze there a second, Ron. I want to make sure you got
Yeah,
it.
but we did get a little glitch in the audio, but we got what you said. Who do you want to help? The family and
Okay.
friends. So we're looking at what's most important to them. Yes.
Right. So I started at the beginning with the life insurance company, but then quickly came in with my dad. And what was really cool was I didn't come in and say, okay, daddy, give me everything. I came in with my own small book of business and we started to grow and we started to start talking to, and we each, now my father and I are spitting images of each other. Same face, same hair, same everything. I mean, he's well into his 80s now, long since retired. Um, I hope I have all this hair like he does.
Right.
Okay. We spoke to people differently, not either one right or wrong, differently. I was 30 years younger than he was.
Yeah.
We were do you know why my father retired so late in life? We were having too much fun. We were making money. We were helping people. We were laughing. That's one of the requirements of working Silverman.
Love it.
You must be able to, one, laugh at me, laugh at yourself, and laugh together. Those are the rules. Those are interview questions.
Yes. Okay.
We're selling insurance for a living. And I say this as well. I mean, no disrespect to anybody. We sell insurance for a living, which is wildly important. We are not curing cancer.
Right.
We have an opportunity. Hey, everybody, I hope my children aren't listening, everybody makes mistakes, including me. Because I don't think my children think I ever make a mistake. I just continue to think that. I'm going with that. But what we have in the insurance world that you don't have when you're a physician is very simple. And it's interesting. My grandmother taught me this. What's this? It's an eraser on the top of the pencil.
Mm-hmm.
We make a mistake, we can fix it. And everybody makes mistakes. And one thing, we say this often in our office, that was done improperly. With your permission, we'd like to fix it. Because mistakes happen.
Yep.
And as long as we own up to it, we say, oh, we blew that one. We're going to fix that. We'll get that fixed right away. Or the insurance company made a mistake. We already saw it. We're having it fixed. Stuff happens. Yeah. Underwriters are people too, as much as we don't want to believe that.
They are? No, I'm just playing. They are. Y'all are. Those underwriters, because we do have underwriters.
For those of you listening and love your
approve our cases. All right.
Exactly. But so when my father and I would have conversations with people, we'd speak from a different perspective, which was great. And that's why our business grew so rapidly over the years. Now, I will tell you, my dad's not doing well. As I said, well into his 80s. And I miss that the most. I miss being able to call him and say to him, hey, can't believe this happened again. But that's longevity of life. That's the cycle of life. That's the cycle of business. I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate. I have fifth generation clients. Wow. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they're little. Okay. that next generation, they're little. But we have insurance. We have life insurance on them.
But you covered them, right?
Right. And God willing, so this is what we do. This is why I love the insurance industry. Every day is never the same. Nobody is the same. No risk is the same. And we get to meet all different people from throughout the country. I'm fortunate. We are licensed in all 50 states of the union.
Yeah, good.
We write everywhere. You and I were teasing at the beginning. My office is in New York City. New York is a different animal than a lot of different states.
Yes.
Now, every state has their thing. Some have more things than others.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you got Florida, you got California, you
Yes.
got New York. I mean,
Those,
there
those
are
are
so
those are the
many
other two
things
that
going
popped up
on.
in my mind. California, Florida. Yes,
Right. I tell people all the time, you can get insurance in Florida, you just pay a fortune.
that's right.
In California, there are areas you can't get insurance.
Yeah,
Now that's today. That's cyclical based on regulations and the state and this, that, the other. Yeah, we're always going to have wildfires, unfortunately. We're always going to have earthquakes, unfortunately. This is what we do.
yeah, yeah.
It's our business, in my opinion, is the greatest business available.
Mm, I love it. I love it. Let's unpack that. Let's unpack that because even though we talk about even the states where it might be a little bit more, there might be more considerations, right? To look at, right? The industry still exists. Coverage still exists. Options still exist. The opportunities still exist.
Right.
So when you decided that you were going to come into the industry, were you looking at, hey, I know that the opportunity is there for me to have unlimited growth because of what I've seen prior, or did you think there might still be some limitations because of what you've seen prior?
We're gonna have to stop that recording for a second. I lost that. You
You
were
lost it.
frozen the whole
Okay.
time, and I heard.
Your bits and pieces. Okay. So what I was saying was when you were first entering the industry, you're not going to Wall Street at this point. So were you thinking to yourself, I want to enter the industry because I see this unlimited opportunity? Or were you entering it thinking that, hey, this is going to be something I do, maybe not as unlimited as what I want, but until I go into Wall Street? Where was your head at when you decided to come into the business? Did you see it as
I
expensive?
I knew as a young man coming into the business what the business opportunities were for a family. Hey,
Mm,
my dad raised me, my sisters, took care of our family, my mom, the whole bit. Thankfully, were we wealthy? No, but we were very happy. We never wanted. The business took care of us. Paid for college, paid for schools. I knew that if I went into the business, I was going to hustle. I was going to work like a dog. Did I know it was going to be my forever? No, because I don't think anybody knows that.
yeah.
But now I look back almost 40 years, and I look at those first few years. They're amazing.
Hmm.
Just how little I knew about anything. So when I started, I was told to make a list of 100 names of people that if I called them, they would know my name and at least take my call. Not that they would buy insurance, but they would take my call. Now, for those listening and watching this podcast, this was long before the days of caller ID or cell phones. We were picking up the phone, and now I'm not old enough to only have dialed.
Not
I
real.
did have to,
Let's push button. We're pushing the button.
but we were making calls. So I made a list of 100 names and phone numbers. And over the years, we called them. I found that list about 5 or 6 years ago.
Wow.
It was really kind of cool. I went through the list, and of the 100 names, 97 became clients in one way or another. Not all of them still with us. Some
Right.
have passed away, etc. But not, at one point or another, 97 of the 100 became clients.
That's powerful.
It is very powerful. The only problem I had was I was angry at the
Well, let me ask you. So let me ask you this. You're coming out of that life insurance space, making the
Right.
move into the family business.
Yep.
Fam- Life insurance is life insurance. Is the agency focused on property and casualty? Is there still life insurance in the mix? Like, what is that transition like to say, hey, I've been life insurance focused. and now I'm going to go over here and we're going to add all these other lines of business.
What is great, what I enjoyed the most was the availability to do this.
Mm,
Bring everything to our portfolio.
yeah,
I'm not a life insurance guy. I'm not a property guy. I am your insurance professional.
yeah,
That's what I get such a charge at it. Now, people will say to me, when we have conversations, well, if you sell it, where do you start? That's easy. You start where the client wants to start.
that's it.
So if I get referred to them for automobile insurance, that's where we start. But I always, 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 Mr. Prospect, we're going to make sure that that car is properly insured. You're going to pick it up on Tuesday, no problem whatsoever. But with your permission, we'd like to continue the conversation afterwards about all the other exposure, your home, your liability, your life insurance, your disability, with your permission, with your permission.
Love it.
So I don't sell a product to someone. I don't want them to look at me and say, "Oh, that's my auto guy." I want to sell them their insurance. I want them to purchase their insurance portfolio from Silverman, so that when there's an insurance question, it's one phone call, or it's one text, or go onto the Silverman app on your phone and then get an answer. Can't get it? Find me. There's a button on there. Find Michael.
Yeah, yeah, and it's wherever, and it's wherever they want to go when they're starting that conversation, when they're starting the engagement. I love that you said that, because when some individuals, when they're new to the space, or they are maybe they're just moving in an isolated direction, they try to force the direction and try to put the client into a box.
Absolutely.
And your approach, which I think is wonderful, is to say, hey, listen, what is it that you need? Let's focus on what you need. Let's focus on what you want. However, there are other considerations, and I'm here to assist you with that too.
Exactly.
Just
Exactly. We also changed something. So we all grew up learning the phrase, do unto others as we want done unto us, right?
Yeah. Go
We
to
threw it out. We threw it out. We just threw it out. At Silver Lining, it's do unto others as they want done unto them. Because we have clients of all different ages, all different generations. We have clients who only want a phone call from us. We have clients that want email. We have clients that want text. Now, if I'm the guy who likes email, but the client only wants text, we're not going to click.
Yeah.
So part of our onboarding with a client is, how would you like us to communicate with you? Now, what we've done is, so for example, and many people today prefer text. But we said, and listen, here's what we're going to do. There are times when we need to email you something because we need signatures or things like that. So what we'll do is we'll send you a text. Please check your email. We sent you a form to be signed. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Do unto others as they want done unto them.
They want done to them.
Yeah. I can't force my desires on you.
Right. How are you let's flip that. Let's take it from the client and let's take it into this next generation of professionals coming in. How are you utilizing that in the culture of your agency as you're continuing to grow it and expand it as we move into these modern times? Even to attract like new people.
Well, we text message. We have systems that are set up for text messaging to our clients. Mm-hmm. Again, it depends. Not every agency has. No, I sell all different carriers.
Yeah.
So maybe, Rod, maybe we're going to put your homeowners with this company, your auto with this company, your umbrella. So now if you want to pay a bill, you got to like 4 different apps on your phone. Now, not hard, but you got to have 4 different apps. So what we did, one of the things I wanted to do, we designed the silver line. I don't know if you can see it here. The silver line. Hold on.
Hold up to the camera. Hold up. Kind of to the
Yeah.
camera. Okay. Bam. Yeah.
Um,
All right, we got it. Yes. Okay. So you got the
silver
silver.
lining app on our phone, so client get ID card. Boom. In New York, it's barcoded. It's in there.
Boom.
Other states, it's not. Or pay a bill. Or file a claim electronically. What's really cool, we just switched over. You don't even have to type it in. The app will ask you the questions and you can speak right to it, and it sends us an email and we get all the data.
So when you're bringing new producers on, you're saying, hey, new producer, this is the technology that we use for our clients, and it's right in line with, what you're probably doing right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now, does it take some getting used to? Sure, because it's change.
Right.
Change can be hard for some people.
Yeah.
But the younger generation, now I say that as frighteningly becoming the older generation, the younger generation, the Gen Xers, the Gen Zs,
Mm-hmm.
anywhere from 22 to 35,
Mm-hmm.
sky's the limit. First of all, the opportunities for them. I would love, 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 love any of your listeners who want to get into the insurance business. If you're in that age bracket, you're going to kill it.
Yes. Perfect.
You're going to kill it. Because we have products that everybody needs and wants at all different levels.
Yeah. Yeah. Recession-proof business.
Almost.
Almost.
Almost. Yeah. I mean, our business will go like this as well.
Yeah.
But we'll always be here.
Especially
during
those hard
the
markets.
pandemic.
Talk about those hard markets.
Okay, let's talk about a hard market that we're in right now. Let's talk about it. Go ahead. What do you got on a hard market?
So, for someone new coming in and they're trying to figure out they're trying to figure out how to find risks and a standard carrier, which is the commonly known preferred or standard carriers, commonly known carriers. They're like, hey, we're not taking that right now. So now they got to learn excess and surplus lines, and they're brand new to the business, and they're trying to figure this out. They're trying to figure out how to work with wholesalers. What are you saying to those young people who are coming in this space? Because opportunity is there, but it might be a little bit more tricky in some of those times.
Okay, it's tricky. Life is tricky.
Life is tricky.
Let's make magic happen. If you can get through this, you can get through anything.
True.
And I got to tell you something. When I started in the business in 1981, getting automobile insurance in the state of New Jersey was almost impossible. Almost impossible. Now it's easy. Now everything in our industry is cyclical. There are going to be good years, bad years, tough years, easy years. But the best part about, in my mind, the hard market, whether it's personalized or commercialized, is relationships.
Yeah.
Relationships with our prospects and our clients are paramount. Because why? They trust us. We have conversations. I can do this. I can't do this. Well, you did it for the other guy who referred me. I said, that was 8 years ago. Yeah. The world has blown up and rebuilt.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are the conversations. So that's what I love. Having conversations with people and not knowing where it's going to go.
You know what I appreciate about this industry? And it sounds like just listening to you share your experiences, your knowledge, your expertise. If you are new, let's say you're in that 22 to 35 age range and you're coming into the industry, you're going to learn how to build and cultivate those relationships too. Because my son, who's 22 now, and I love your dad. I don't even know him, but it's the exact same conversation that we had. My son does not work for us. He works for someone else who I know and trust, who I'm like, hey, go work there, get your legs under you, and later on, if you want, you can come back here. Right. But I remember when he was in high school, him and his friends, which is only a few years ago, they barely had conversations. They would text each other if they were next to each other.
Next to each other, right?
Right. But now he's talking to
Yeah.
people working in this industry all the time.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. You know, the business is so good because everybody wants to have the conversation. Now, let's be realistic. No one wants to pay the premiums. I get it.
Let's talk.
Let's, hey,
Well,
I got my own to pay.
yes.
Okay. But one thing that I teach and I was taught, you cannot sell something you don't own.
100%. Yeah.
So I tell people, buy a small life insurance. Okay. Now, what I do also with new producers, they buy I'm making $100,000 whole life policy. I don't care the premium. In the second year, there's a little bit of cash value.
Mm-hmm.
I make them take out a $25 loan out of the policy. $25. You want to know why?
Why? No, tell me.
I want them to experience the process.
Mm.
What do you have to do to get a loan? Because the loan doesn't matter if it's $25 or $25,000 or $250. It's the process.
The process.
You need to know how it works so that you can have the conversation with your client when they need a loan from the life insurance. And then how do you pay it back?
Yeah.
Years ago, I used to walk around with my policy in my bag.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be the guy who sold stock. Oh, yeah, I have that stock. No, you don't.
No, you don't. Right.
Look, here's my life insurance policies. Here's my auto policy. Here's my apartment policy. I didn't home at the time. You know, here's my umbrella. Here's the jewelry policy. Now, what did I do? I blacked out and redacted premiums. Yep. I redacted personal information. But you know, like anything else, they see, oh my God, you really do have that stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't matter what you're selling. You got to believe in it. You got to own it. And then you can talk about anything.
That's right. That's right.
I have conversations with people when we're talking about insurance about so many things because not everything is about the insurance. It's about everything. One question I ask regularly. Hey, Rob, what's important about money to you?
Mm. Mm.
And you know what I do after when I ask that question? I shut up.
Yeah.
I listen. Salespeople talk too much.
Yeah.
There is a reason the Almighty gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you speak in sales.
That's it. That's it.
Because
There's a lot of gems being dropped here. It's a lot of like fundamentals.
sales is sales is sales is sales.
Yes.
Whether you sell donuts, oh, I miss those days, or you sell widgets, you sell insurance. Sales, talk to people, be empathetic, care.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all sales is. If I'm buying a photocopy machine and the person selling it to me just doesn't seem to give a rat's patoot about what I don't want to buy from them. But if the guy says, "Oh my God, we'll get that in here, we'll put it right over here, we'll set it up," or you know what, I don't think you need that feature, based on what that person is vested in my purchase.
Yes. Same thing.
Car dealers, same thing. I don't like purchasing cars. I don't know enough about them. I feel like I'm being taken every time. I'd rather buy a house than a car. Okay,
I get it.
But I go back to the same dealer every time because this guy stays in touch with us, reaches out. Hey, how's it going with you? Blah, 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 anything. He's a salesman. I never look down on sales. There are people that, oh, so you're in sales. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have the opportunity to help people.
absolutely. Solving problems. I mean,
That-
who else is sharing the solutions to problems with people? What other profession are the solutions being shared?
Right.
I don't, now you may be able to go and research and find the solution, but who is actually going to tell you about that solution? It's going to have to be someone in sales.
Well, we talk to people all the time who have gone to direct writers first.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to name any names, but everybody knows who the direct writers are. Now,
Mhm.
we don't write with them, obviously. We're
Yeah.
independent agents. We have conversations around, oh, Mr. Frank, why did you buy that section of the coverage? Or why did you not?
Hey, yes.
I don't know. That's, by the way, and I told him, I said, listen, it is perfectly acceptable for the following to be your answers. I don't know. Or, because,
Mhm.
it's not what you do. You're a teacher. You're a doctor. You own a store. You do this.
Yes.
I sell insurance for a living. Come talk to me. You're not paying more to have me. We're on the same team. I'm on your side of the table.
Yes.
When someone will say to me,
Yes.
oh, do I really need that? My question is, do you say to your physician, do I really need that prescription?
Hmm.
Or do you say to your accountant, do I really need to pay those taxes?
Right.
Now, granted, I say that to my accountant all the time, but we're dear friends.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to be the professional in your life in this area.
That's right.
So that's what I love about what we do. Again, we're protecting what people value most.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 100%. Hey, look, I want to take some time and first of all, like everything you have said has been spot on, and I would imagine that folks who are going to be listening, whether somebody who's a new agent or even a seasoned agent, they're going to be taking pieces of this conversation and applying it to their conversations after this. So
I hope so.
it is going to get used, you know. But I do want to ask you, uh, I do want to ask you about some of your endeavors, like outside of insurance. Like, you know, you've been able to take what you've done in this industry and expand it as a leader in the community to even, like I said, become a mayor.
Right.
I don't know if that's, hey, I got my experience, kind of building the business, and that made me comfortable to go out and make this happen because you were selling donuts, in the gas station at 9 years old. So, I mean, but what was the motivation to say, okay, I know I'm running the agency, we're making a difference here. How do I expand that into other initiatives?
Well, the first thing I will say to anybody, whether it's getting into politics, getting into leadership in a not for profit or a country club, you don't enter these realms because you want to get clients.
Right.
You will lose, 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 lose. You get into it because you enjoy it and you want to give back. I've been very fortunate in my life. My community has been good to me, both professionally, socially, everything else. My not-for-profit work is meaningful. I want to give back. I I know I get more than I give. Now,
Yeah.
others will say to me, "Oh, how can that be?" Because it's right here. It's visceral. It's what I believe in. So,
Yeah.
why did I become mayor? First of all, I love my community. I also enjoy politics. And I love shaking hands and kissing babies. You know, I tease with people. I enjoy campaigning more than governing.
Yeah.
Now I can say that now because I'm a former mayor.
Yes.
It's one of the greatest titles around, former mayor.
Yeah.
You
Mm.
know, you have none of the responsibilities, but you get all the respect and admiration. But
Right. Right. You hit something you hit something there though. You said, I didn't do this because it's about getting clients, and I 100% agree. You said I did this because, I had a desire to give back. But it also sounds like even in how you run the agency, you're running the agency also as an initiative to give back. It's not about
absolutely,
what you're receiving, but the ability to help the clients is giving back to them.
I tell my team all the time: if we do it right,
Mhm.
we will make lots of money. Do it right. Don't worry about anything else. If not providing a product to a client is the right thing to do for the client, do it. Don't sell it. Tell the client to stay where they are because that's the right thing. There are so many ways to sell. I was taught, and I believe still, you do it right or you don't do it. Period. End of conversation.
Mm. Yep.
That's life. That's life. When I ran for office, I would knock on doors, talk to people. What do you think about that? If we didn't agree, I always said to them, listen, that's the best part of what we're doing here. We get to talk about it without killing each other,
Mhm.
okay? And see how we can find a middle ground. So when I was mayor and I would be on the dais and we'd be having meetings, and the law says there must be open public conversation, people come up to the microphone and they'd complain about something. And my first comment always was, thank you very much. I really appreciate you agreeing to be the chairperson of the committee to fix the problem.
Right, right.
What?
Yes.
Now, if that person bought into that, they're in
Yeah.
because they're passionate about what they're complaining. It's not easy to get up in front of the mayor and complain. If you're that passionate, let's fix it together.
Yeah.
Let's make it work. But yes, thank you for agreeing to chair the committee to fix the problem.
Like that. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
A
That's
lot of
good.
people went away after that, but that was a different conversation.
I was about to ask, how many committees did you get chaired?
There were plenty of committees that we had to form, but then some of the problems that they thought were problems, all of a sudden weren't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm good. Thank you.
Right. It's okay. It's okay. No, I love it.
but but it's about giving back, as you said. Whether in business or in not for profit or in politics. What I do every day, I I try to realize at night I'm going to put my head on my pillow. If I can do it with a clear conscience, now the brain is going because I got so much to do tomorrow. But if I know what I did today, I did ethically, properly, morally, spiritually, life is good. And the insurance industry has been very good to me. And I love giving back.
Yeah.
That's where philanthropic stuff comes in. That's where the politics came in. And remember, it's local politics. I was mayor. You
Yes.
know, what are the concerns when you're mayor of a small town? You got to make sure the traffic lights are on, the hot and cold running water runs, and when it snows in the Northeast, you plow the snow.
That's it.
and
Right, because it's going to snow. It's going to snow.
it's funny because when I became mayor, everybody on my block like, "This is great. We're going to plow first." I was like, "No, it doesn't work."
Right. Right. No. Very cool. Very cool. Let me ask this question as we start to kind of round off the conversation here. When you think back, um, making your transition into the business, what do you think you would have been doing had you not taken this path? Had you not been in insurance, where do you think
I
you?
would be in sales of some sort.
Mhm.
I don't want to sit at a desk all day.
Yeah.
I love talking to people. During the pandemic, there was nothing worse for me than working from home.
Mm.
It was
Yeah.
terrible.
Got to get
My
out.
wife, my wife didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I love just the interaction of people in my office, different ages,
Mhm.
different outlooks. And you know what? It's also okay just to laugh about stuff, laugh about sports. Oh my God, did you see the game last night? Yeah, I saw the game. Everybody makes fun of me. I'm a diehard Met fan. I take it on the chin for years. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. That's all right though.
I'm a people person.
Yeah.
I like being around them in any setting.
Mm.
I'm not good at sitting quietly.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. How how do you stay motivated like in your business, like on a day-to-day basis? Like what keeps you going? What you've done a lot. What keeps you moving forward?
I have a little label, a little P-Touch label maker thing on my computer screen on the bottom. It says, some will, some won't.
Hmm.
That's okay. Someone's waiting.
Hmm.
There are plenty of people out there that don't even know who Michael Silverman is, who doesn't know who Silver Lining is. There's a whole world out there. I
Absolutely.
haven't stopped. I got too many people to help.
I got because you still having fun. You still laughing.
Wait, am I tired? Yeah, I'm tired.
Yes.
Yeah. Nights are tough for me.
Yeah.
I crash and burn early. But I'm not tired from doing the work because I enjoy it.
That's right.
I, another one of my mantras. I take what I do wildly seriously. I try, and I fail quite often. I try not to take myself too seriously. I fail. I fail at that plenty of times. Very important. I'm the president and CEO of Silverman Insurance. I'm just a guy selling insurance who loves what he does for a living.
Love it. Absolutely.
But you say, what motivates me? Helping others, finding a way to solve a problem to help them.
Mm.
It's a puzzle.
Yeah.
Insurance and financial planning, it's just a puzzle. Open the box, spread out the pieces. Those are our meetings with clients. Organize them, that's gathering the data. Build the uh, the area outside and start
Mhm.
working in.
That's it.
Once the frame is set, it's easy. Then you got to find little pieces. You got to find, and it may mean one of those little pieces bringing in the accountant, bringing in the attorney, bringing in the parents sometimes, or bringing in the children sometimes. That's what we do. It's
Yeah.
it's great. Anybody listening, come into this business. This is the greatest business on the planet.
It is amazing. So 30 plus years in the business, um, lots of success. What's the goal now? Like what's the dream?
The dream is really to do it for as long as it's fun.
Mm.
As long as it's fun, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm fortunate. I really enjoy it. I have a loving family. I have a wife of almost 35 years. I have two grown children. I have sons-in-law. I'm waiting for the next step in life. If my children are listening to this, I am ready to be a grandfather. Oh. No pressure. No pressure. Uh, but the big dream is just to continue to enjoy life, the life that we've built, and continue building it, and then give it back.
Mm.
I sell a lot of life insurance. We talk about a lot of life insurance. I am of the belief that I would like me and all my clients to be able to spend every dime they have. Enjoy it. Doesn't mean spending it on something frivolous, but if they want to, great. Travel, do, purchase for family, whatever. Spend every dime. Love your life. And upon your passing, it will all be replenished
Yeah.
to your heirs through life insurance.
Life insurance. Man.
You've lived your life. Life insurance is the permission slip to live, spend, and enjoy.
I love that. The permission slip to live, spend, and enjoy is what life insurance gives. And it is a big conversation now. And even though
Oh,
it's a
absolutely.
conversation, you still have many people that are underinsured or even not insured at all from a life insurance.
I don't need life insurance. I have family money. Okay, the wealthiest people in the world have a boatload of life insurance
Yes.
because it gives them an opportunity to do different things. It's their safety net.
Yep. Yeah. No, it listen, for generational wealth building, for legacy planning, it is the cornerstone. You know,
Absolutely.
you know, and it has to be. Um, Man, Michael, I just want to say thank you again, first of all, for coming on, having the conversation. You've spoken about how important it is to cultivate relationships, maintain those relationships, to learn how to sell from a consultative,
Absolutely.
solution based um, perspective, to sell from a give first mentality and ideology, to be focused on family, friends, community, adding the most value that you can, to do it the best you can, to do it the right way. Even if you make a mistake, take ownership, be accountable for it. Lots of, like I said, lots of jewels, lots of nuggets there. Someone who is new to this industry, kind of joining this space, just any kind of closing, guidance, advice, tidbit you could share with them stepping in.
If you come into the business, find a mentor. Find someone a few years older that's been there, done that kind of thing, successful, and you enjoy spending time with. Learn from them because there's so much to learn in this industry. There's so much to learn everywhere. But if we're going to stay in the narrow lane of insurance sales,
Right.
have a mentor.
Yeah.
Ask questions. Always be asking questions.
Absolutely.
It's how you learn. It's how you learn about the business. It's how you learn about your prospects. It's how you grow. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Own them, fix them, and move on.
Yes.
And say please and thank you.
And say please and thank
That
you.
was for my mother. That was for my mother. Always say please and thank you.
Say please and thank you. Well, listen, like I said, once again, truly appreciate you coming on the platform and sharing. And if you're up in New York, or really anywhere, because Silver Lining has the website, the app, you can reach Michael, a variety of different places. How does someone reach out to you? Hey, they want to find a mentor. They're listening to this conversation. I like how this guy is talking. I want to reach out to him. How do they get in contact with you?
It'll be my pleasure. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Instagram. We're on all the social media sites. Of course, we have a website, slia.agency. I'm sure you'll post our phone numbers and things
Yep.
like that. You're going to find me. Google me.
He's easy to find, by the way. If you just type his name in Google, you'll find him. Yeah.
Be careful. You type in Michael Silverman in Google, you're going to get a lot of names. Yeah.
There's an actor or singer named Michael Silverman too.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. But you may want Michael Silverman Silver Lining Insurance. Then you'll find it.
There you go. There you go. No, but absolutely, we'll make sure all the contact information will be here. It'll be in the description. If you're on YouTube, just look in the description. You'll see all the contact information. If you're on your streaming platforms, then just look in the description. You'll see Michael's contact information so that you can reach him as well. And for those that are listening, I mean, listen, maybe you heard some things that are going to create a silver lining for you and your career opportunities and where you want to go. And maybe you even heard something that made you say to yourself, in thinking about this business, thinking about the journey, thinking about what you can accomplish to give back, but also receive as well, because it's a great opportunity and a great living. Maybe you heard something that made you say to yourself, I don't know, you should get a license. Until the next time.